Right, we're going to start lying on our backs, on our mats. As today I want to really explore the balance between yin and yang, that balance between tension, holding, softness, and release. So we're going to explore those different themes throughout our practice today. So we're going to start lying down, and we're going to bring our feet mat width apart, knees together, hands on the belly or hands out to the side. And you're just taking the time to check in with yourself in this constructive rest, allowing your legs to feel heavy, and the hands onto the belly or at the side, shoulders relaxed. Nice, and just taking the time to check in with yourself, noticing areas of tension, where can you soften? Taking that time just to physically arrive on your mat. Noticing the points of contact that you have with the floor. Just noticing that sense of softness or rest or surrender as you arrive into your practice today. Checking in with your feet and your legs, your back and your shoulders, your arms and your head. And any tension held within the face. And just at your own time, just starting to arrive with our breath, checking in, noticing that inhale, noticing the exhale. In your own pace, just deepening that breath. Through the belly, through to the chest, all the way up into that collarbone space area. And all the way out. Don't worry if you get distracted, just coming back to that breath. Nice. And no rush, just taking another breath here as we arrive into today's practice. Whenever you're ready to, you can keep your eyes closed if they're closed. Inhale, separate the knees. Exhale, sway the knees over to the right. Like windscreen wipers, the feet stay out mat width. Inhale, center. Exhale, sway the knees over to the other side. And again, just doing that within your own pace of breath. Nice. Nice, just make sure you're even on both sides. And whenever you feel even both sides, we're then just going to shuffle those feet together, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Feel free just to sway the hips side to side or rock the hips side to side. Feel free to bring those feet closer in towards you, further away as we come into recline bound angle. And here we're just going to take those arms out to the side, palms facing up. opening up the chest there. And again, just tuning and checking in with your body. So every pose has that balance of yin and yang, softness and hold, tension and relax. This posture, we focus more on that surrender part of the side, but noticing that you're still having that strength and maybe in the inner thigh to hold the legs up. You always want to feel safe enough to release, to let go. So as you're here, guided by the breath, each time that you exhale, that sense of softening. Maybe you'll start to soften through the head and the face, neck and the shoulders. Softening through the arms and the hands. Softening through the hips, the feet, the legs. Using or allowing your breath to guide you on that release. Nice, and we'll just take a couple more breaths here, just really getting that sense of surrender, release with each breath out. Nice, no rush. Whenever you're ready to, we'll just start to collect those knees in. And entirely up to you what you would like to do. You can gently hug those knees in. Knees can be together or apart. Release. So just a gentle pulse there. And that might just relieve any tension through the lower back. You might want to just draw circles with the knees. Either one big circle or little circle or two different circles. Nice. And then from here, we're just going to hold the ankles. The knees draw out as we hold the ankles here. And again, it might feel good to gently rock side to side. It might feel good to just stay still. Again, just find what feels good for your body. We're always tuning into what feels good for our body today. Nice. And then when you're ready to, we're going to plant those feet down, feet hip width apart, heels close towards the hips. We're going to set ourselves up for bridge. That's it. Arms alongside the body, palms face down, just gently rock the head side to side. Just want you to check in here with your neck, keep that neck relaxed. Nice. Come back through center, and then from here, we're just going to press through the feet, press through the hands, squeeze the glutes as you tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, start to roll the spine or peel the spine off the ground, lifting up as high as you can here in bridge. And I want you to think about that strength through the feet, through both legs, through both hands, and those shoulder blades pressing into the floor. Nice. And your hips up as high as you can. That's it. Nice. Okay, from here, we're then going to reach those arms up over the head. The back of the hands are now onto the floor over the head. If you can, you're reaching those fingertips away. Nice. So if you can, we're going to keep those hands there, imagining there's light weights on those hands. And then we're going to again play around with that tension and release. So we're going to go quarters down our backs. We're going to roll down the first quarter, second quarter, etc., etc. So from here, we're taking a deep breath in up as high as you can. And then on your exhale, you're going to roll just the top quarter, just the upper part of your back down, keeping the glutes strong here, hips up higher. Nice. Deep breath in. Exhale, lowering just halfway down, and we'll stop there. Deep breath in, keeping your legs strong.
Exhale, lower 3/4 way down. So here you're really trying to keep that tailbone tucked under, scooped under. That's it. Nice. Last breath in here. And then on your exhale, rolling the rest of the spine down. Nice. Just release the arms out to a T shape. And you might just shuffle those feet out, take them into those windscreen wipers that we did earlier. Feet out mat width, knees swing side to side. Nice. And from here, when you've done both sides evenly, we're going to hook those knees in again. Feel free to pulse the knees, squeeze them in, pulse them out and in. Feel free to draw circles with the knees. Just reset here. Nice. Give your lower back a nice little massage. And then when you're ready, we're going to straighten those legs up just to check in here with our legs. Don't worry if you've got soft bend in your knees. Nice, and you're just going to point the toes, you're going to flex the feet. Nice. Okay, from here, holding the back of the thighs, I'm going to start to rock back and forth. Massaging your spine along the floor. And when you're ready, you're going to rock all the way up to seated and transition through to all fours to tabletop. Nice. And in your tabletop here, just checking here, hip, knee, ankle are aligned. Nice, you can even probably check through your camera. And then your wrists are underneath your shoulders, fingertips spread into the floor. From here, we're going to tuck the toes under, and then on the exhale, we're going to sit the hips back. Inhale, we're going to rock forward. Go as far forward as your wrist allows. Exhale, sit the hips back. You might start to feel a nice stretch through the feet. Inhale, forward. Nice, and as you're here, I want you to check in with what's going on with your back. So notice as your tailbone sticking up and you're rocking back and forth, I want you to start to lightly engage with your core. So belly button draws in, you're thinking about your back being straight. Nice, and you're pushing through the ground with the hands, really nice. Perfect. Okay, from here, when you're ready to, we're going to meet back through to tabletop. And this time I'm going to release the toes, tops of the toes into the floor, dropping the belly, broadening the chest as we look forward through to cow pose. Nice. Exhale, tuck the chin in, press through the hands, round the back, draw the belly button in. Inhale through to cow pose. And then on your exhale, rounding through to cat. Nice, and as you do that, just think about articulating that movement through your spine, so rolling through on the inhale, shoulders plug away from the ears, nice. And another extra thing if you want to add to it, you can change the feet. So in the inhale, the tops of the feet press into the floor through cow. And on the exhale, you might just tuck the toes under, push with those toes around the back. So just to add a little extra, if you'd like to bring your feet into that too. Nice, okay, no rush, we'll go for one more round. Nice. And then we're coming back through to all fours. We're going to start to play around with that more active energy. So again, just check that hips, knees, ankle in line. We're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to bring the wrists underneath the shoulders, checking in there. Nice, so option one, we're just going to push the ground away. So just notice that my shoulders aren't down, but pushing the ground away. Lightly engaging with that core, so think of drawing the belly button in towards the spine, but not too much. We don't want the tailbone to tuck under, we want to be neutral with our back. And then we're going to push the toes into the floor. As you press through the ground here, you can stay here, or you might just lightly lift the knees off the ground. We're holding for 3, strong here, for 2, breathe, 1, nice, and we're going to release And you can sit back into an extended child's pose just to rest your wrists, palms face up, forehead to the ground. Nice, just give your wrist a little rest there for a moment. Nice. Next inhale, we're going to come back up, we're going to do that again. So again, hip, knee, ankle line, wrists underneath shoulders. Tuck toes under, push the ground away through the shoulders. Drawing that core tight. From here, you're going to then push the ground away. Maybe you're preparing to lift, but you don't lift. Or you lift up, knees off the ground. That's it. Try to keep them as close to the ground as you can. That's it. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Release. Feel free to come into a child's pose, or if you like, you come straight into downward dog. Entirely up to you. Nice. Feel free to widen that downward dog if you need to. So Tony, you can walk your hands further forward so your back is long. That's it. Think about sending those hips back towards your window. That's it. Nice. So through your downward dog, feel free to pedal the feet out here. And I want you to again just think about the theme of our class. So you're strong here through those hands and you're strong here through the arms, but really allow that space between your shoulders and ears. So think about those shoulders, roll away from your ears. Nice, and you're allowing your head to relax as well. So Tony, you can look towards your feet, so your back of your head is in line with your spine, that's it. And you're thinking about that strength through the hands as you push the ground away. We're going to bend the knees here. So as we push the ground away here, we're thinking about that space and that softness through that space between the ear and shoulders. That space between that lower back as you lengthen the back, sending the hips up as high as you can. Nice, that's it. Take another breath here. Nice. And then from here, we're going to start to walk those hands back towards the feet. I'm going to hang here in ragdoll, so really allow those knees to bend. We're not locking the knees. Even though we're strong through the legs, we want the knees to stay soft. We're going to allow the head to hang as heavy as you can, arms heavy. Fold the arms if you like, so you can just place the hands into the creases of the elbow. And allow your head to hang as heavy as you can allow it. And again, here we're just playing around with that sense of strength through the legs, but soften the knees, so don't lock your knees. You're thinking about that softness through the top half of your body. Allow your head to hang as heavy as you can allow it to allow that release through your upper back and your shoulders. And here you might stay still, you might rock side to side. You might rock back and forth. You might shake the head yes and no. Nice. Finding that balance between that yang through the legs, but that softness through the top half of your body. Really let go of your head if you can. Nice. Last breath here. And when you're ready to, we're going to inhale, roll up slowly. Head comes up last. Take your time. When you arrive to standing, we'll just shrug those shoulders up, draw those shoulders down. Maybe take a few more. Nice. And then from here, nice, we're just going to reach those arms up. Palms together. Exhale, we'll take it over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, take over to left. Nice. Inhale, center. This time we're going to grab hold of that left wrist and we're going to take it over towards the right. And we're going to hold here. So notice that we're thinking about, not flaring that rib. We want to draw that lower rib in. We want to keep our core strong as we hold here, but at the same time we're softening through so that we can open up that side of the body. Nice. Last breath here. Inhale, we come back through center. Take those hands out, just give yourself a little shake. And then other side, we'll inhale, take those arms up. Palms together first. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale over to right. Inhale, center. Holding the right wrist. Exhale, we take it over to the side. Maybe notice this side might feel different. Again, just notice what you're doing with your body. You flaring that rib cage. Just going to tuck in, think about being in plane with yourself. We're engaging with that core lightly. And each time you exhale, you might take it over to the side a little more. So again, it's that balance of holding your core strong, but finding that softness. Nice. Next inhale, come back up. And when you exhale, take the hands out, shake it out. Nice. And then just walking your way back to the back of the mat as we make our way back into downward dog. Inhale, we're going to reach those arms up. Nice. On the exhale, we're going to fold halfway. If you need to, bend the knees. Deep breath in, reach those arms forward. Exhale, elbows squeeze and chest leads forward. Nice. Nice. From here, inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, hands down. Walk those hands back through to your downward dog. Feel free to pedal the feet. Make sure that you've got enough space. If you find that your downward dog is short, so that just means that the hands and feet are quite close together, you'll find that maybe your back is rounded, there's not enough space. So you walk it out so you find that length through your back. Nice. From here, we're going to look towards that right hand. And then on your next exhale, we're going to rock forward, step that right foot to the outside of your right hand. Nice. As we come into lizard, I'm going to give you a few options here. So you might come into lizard with the knee and hand on the ground. Just make sure your hands are shoulder width. You might tuck the toes under, lift the back knee up. You might come down onto the forearms with the back knee on the ground or lifted. Whichever option you're in, just find what works for you. And again, we're finding that balance. So as you inhale, think about lengthening. You're leading that forehead or the crown of the head forward as the tailbone leads backwards, or maybe think about leading with your chest. And then as you exhale, hips draw forward and down. So even when you're strong here through your legs, you're also thinking about that softness through your hips. Nice. Nice. Inhale to lengthen, and you're leading with your chest. That's it. Exhale. Finding that sense of softness, so connecting to that feeling of surrendering space and then moving into that space. Nice. And no rush from here. We're going to tuck the toes under, lift the back knee if you haven't already, come onto the hands, and I'm going to drop that back heel. You might need to just shuffle that heel in slightly. I'm going to come all the way up. Nice. So from here, just notice that back heel, it's about a 45-degree angle. That front leg is out, toes facing forward. Nice. From here, we're going to interlace the fingers. Nice. Draw the fists down, open the chest. Exhale, I want to bend that front knee. Notice what that knee's doing. So notice here that mine's going over my ankle. I'm just going to shuffle it forward. I'm going to stack it on top. If you can, you're going to try to keep that back heel on the ground. Nice. From here, your next exhale, we're going to draw shoulder towards the knee. So right shoulder towards that right knee. And the hand can rest behind, or if you can, you're going to reach the arm up. We're in humble warrior here. And again, even in our strongest poses, we're thinking about where can we soften. So you're strong through both legs. And maybe here you find a bit of softness through the hips. You draw the hips forward. Maybe you find a bit of softness through the chest. You bring those hands a bit higher. Nice. Last breath here. From here, we're going to inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, hands down, tuck the back toes. We're stepping back through to downward dog. Feel free to pedal, sway, twist the hips, find what feels good for you. Create space within your body, that's it. Nice. And then looking towards our left hand, the outside of the left hand. Your next exhale, we're going to rock the weight forward and step our left foot to the outside of the left hand. Nice. From here, option 1, hands, knee on the ground. Just make sure your hands are shoulder width. Option 2, lift that back knee up. Option 3, you might come down onto the forearms. Option 4, you might lift the back knee up as well. Find what works for you. Make sure that you find that length through your spine. So again, as you breathe in, you inhale, leading with that chest forward, that's it. And as you breathe out, you might find space to soften the hips to draw towards the floor. Nice. Find that balance between softness, tension, hold, relax. It's a bit harder to find with these stronger poses. Work with your breath, last breath here. Nice. From here, we'll bring those hands back onto the ground, we're tucking the toes, and you might just need to readjust it. Bring that foot slowly in, drop that back heel. Inhale, coming all the way up, straighten the legs as we just reset here to find our stance. So from here, I'm just going to check that both feet are about hip width apart. Mine's too far in, so I'm just going to walk it out slightly. Nice. Interlace the fingers behind. Drawing those shoulder blades together, draw the fist towards the floor. Your next exhale, bend that knee. Just notice where that knee is going. If you need to, you can shuffle that front foot forward. Nice. Deep breath in, open the chest. Exhale, left shoulder towards that left knee. And you take those hands up to humble warrior, you might keep them down, but shoulder towards the knee, strong through both legs. And again, just find that sense of softness through the chest. Nice. Breathing here, think about being really strong through that back leg, pushing that back leg, that's it. Nice, last breath here. Your next inhale, reach those arms up, maybe you straighten your leg. Exhale, hands down, step that foot back, your final downward dog here. Feel free to pedal the feet. Feel free to twist, sway the hips, or maybe you want to take a more static version. Maybe you even want to play around with that, bringing those hands out wide, feet out wide. Again, notice where there's space that you can soften. Notice where there's strength that you can hold strong, especially in those arms. That's it. Nice. And on your next exhale, lower the knees. So sit to the side, draw those legs forward. Nice. Hold in the back of the thighs. We'll just start to rock back and forth, massaging your spine along the floor. Nice. And from here, when you land onto the ground, we're going to keep those knees up and want to take those arms out. So palms facing down, arms into a T shape here. Nice. So it'll be easier to have the knees closer in. From here, we're going to inhale at the center. Make sure the knees are together. Make sure the shoulders are plugged into the floor. Exhale, sway the knees over to the right. Doesn't matter, the aim isn't the floor, the aim is to hold and keep those shoulders on the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees sway over to the left. So again, it's that balance of release, but also your core holding you strong here. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to sway over. So it's easier to bring the knees in. Makes it a little harder to bring those knees to stack on top of your hips in a 90-degree angle. Nice. And just making sure those knees stay together as much as you can. Doesn't matter how close the knees get to the ground. It's more about holding those shoulders down and that gentle release through that lower back region. Nice. And just doing 2 or 3 more so you're even on both sides. Nice, if you've held there for a while, just holding on the other side for a similar amount of time. But whenever you feel even on both sides, you'll just take those knees to hug in. Again, you have the option to gently pulse the knees. You have the option to draw those knees round in a circle or 2 circles. You have the option to hold the ankles, knees out, and to gently rock side to side or stay still. Entirely up to you. Alright, so whenever you're ready to, we're going to come into our second to last pose, one of the first poses that we started with. Reclined bound angle, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. But feel free just to gently sway the legs side to side, just to release, shuffle those hips to feel comfortable on the ground. Feet together, knees out to the side. Feet can come closer into the hips, they can go further out. And this time, if it feels okay for your shoulders, you're just going to bend the elbows, bringing them up over the head where the hands can be closer together, they can be further apart. Just allowing that chest to open. Nice. And once settling here, connecting to that sense of release and that sense of surrender, stillness. As you breathe out, we're softening to release the face. Softening to release the shoulders and arms. Slowing your breath down. Softening to release hips, legs, feet. Just taking your time here to breathe, to soften that sense of surrender with each breath out. Nice. No rush, just a couple more breaths here. Nice, and then whenever you're ready to, feel free to take any movement, but if you're ready to, come straight into your Shavasana corpse pose, your neutral rest. Do feel free to take any movement if that's what your body's calling for. Whenever you come into that final pose, You're lying on the ground, legs extended out, toes to fall out to the side. Maybe the feet are mat width. Maybe you want to shuffle the hips and shuffle the shoulders. Hands either rested onto the belly or palms facing up, rested out to the side, alongside the body. And maybe you're rocking the head side to side here. To find a neutral space for your head to rest. As you come into our final pose, come in for that neutral rest. Balancing out our more active practice with a bit more relaxed. Just watching your breath. No rush to breathe in, no rush to breathe out. Just staying with a steady, lengthened breath. Really utilizing that full inhale, expansive space. And that full release of the exhale, softening the entire body here. As we release that physical tension through the feet, through the legs, through the hips, through the torso, shoulders, arms, hands, belly, chest, head, neck, throat. I'm just starting to release and dissolve any tension here through the face. The jaw, the space in between the eyebrows, the forehead unraveling. As we allow our body to come into neutral rest, receiving all the benefits of our practice today, physically, mindfully, as we arrive to neutral, that sense of grounding, as we come into the present, as we feel that connection with our body lay on the ground, with the air surrounding us. That exchange with each inhale and each exhale. Just taking about 3 more breaths here, just in your own pace and time. Nice, and whenever you're ready to, just start to notice that point of contact that you have with the floor. Feel free to take a deep breath in and a big breath out. Arriving back into your day as you wriggle fingers, wriggle toes. Maybe take a big stretch and a big yawn. And go ahead to hug those knees and towards the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze and a big hug. To gently rock side to side. Maybe you're rolling over to the right. Maybe you're rocking back and forth. To gently guide yourself into a comfortable seat position with the hands at the center of the chest. Maybe your eyes are still closed. as we arrive back into our day and as we close our practice. Next inhale, we're going to circle those arms up over the head, palms together. Exhale, hands down through center. Namaste. Thank you for joining practice.